Hello everyone, welcome back to Ben's Bricks. My name is Ben and welcome to the first episode of Ask Ben. And this is going to be the series where I will answer your questions, but today I'm answering my own question. So if you do have any questions for me for the next episode next week, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer any question that I get. So right, we're going to jump straight into this. So number one is, how long have I been a fan of Lego? So obviously, same as everyone, I was a fan when I was a kid. Then I went through a dark age and I got back into it. But it goes a little bit deeper than that. So when I was younger, I used to get a lot of the construction city sets. So I had like I think it's 7249, the XXL mobile crane, diggers, and that sort of stuff. So I had quite a few of them. And then obviously I went into a dark age and didn't care about Lego at all. And then it must have been about 2015, I got back into Lego and I was into it for about 2 or 3 years. Then I got a bit bored of it, sold it all. Really regret that now, by the way, because I had so many great sets, especially retired ones now that would be worth a lot of money. So that was annoying. But then the Lego shop in Southampton opened up in, I think it's October 2018, I believe, 2018 or maybe 2019. And then I went back into there. I bought the City Garage set for £35 and yeah, it sparked it back up and I really got back into Lego again and I've never looked back really. So yeah, I've been in this sort of run, I've been a fan of Lego for about 4 years, but I never really stopped liking it. I shouldn't have sold all my sets before, but anyway. Okay, so next question, what is my favourite theme? So my favourite theme, if you haven't guessed from the shelves behind me of some really cool sets, is Marvel. I also really like Creator Expert sets, like I've got the roller coaster down there, I've got a few modular buildings and stuff. But overall it's got to be Marvel. I love the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, massive fan of all the films. And there's just so many great Lego sets, especially now. You know, we've got stuff like Thor's hammer, the Sanctum Sanctorum coming out in August, I believe. I'd love to see a big like Captain America life-size shield to go with like Thor's hammer. That'd be epic. I really hope Lego do that someday. I love these kind of sets like the Iron Man helmet and the Infinity Gauntlet, and the fact that the Nano Gauntlet's coming out soon, that's really cool. So yeah, love Marvel, and the sets that are now coming out for Marvel are they're unreal, absolutely unreal. So yeah, Marvel's definitely my favourite theme, probably closely followed by Creator Expert. I'd say probably after that now it's Technic as well. Really love Technic sets. I showed in the video the other day that I built the Liebherr. I'm currently building the Volvo 6x6 articulated truck, so that's really cool. That I'm having real issues getting the drivetrain working on that. But yeah, I really love the Technic sets also. Okay, so the next question is, what is my job? So as I've mentioned in my investing videos, Purple Studs, I run an Amazon FBA business. So I used to be a business manager at McDonald's and I worked there for 8 years, working my way up. And then I started an Amazon FBA business at the end of last year, paid for a course. I've done really well with that, so that's what I do with most of my spare time now. And I'm looking into things like, I'm doing some Amazon Flex driving today, so it's like delivering Prime packages. And I'm looking into like doing some Uber driving, just so I don't have to take too much money out of my company, so I can keep reinvesting and buy more Lego. Because I'm setting up a Bricklink store and that will be part of the company as well. So yeah, really mainly running my business, and I do like odd little bits on the side like Amazon Flex as well. So next question is, what is my dream set? Now this one's quite hard. I narrowed it down to 2 sets and I couldn't really narrow it down anymore. So as I've already said, I used to really like construction sets when I was younger. I also love Marvel. So the first set is 7905, the Tower Crane City set from 2005, I think it is. I'll pop a picture of it up on the screen in a second. Yeah, this was one of those, it kind of just went in with all the sets that I had as a kid. I never really got it for whatever reason. But yes, it's really hard to come by now. It's not like majorly expensive, like as far as Lego goes. I think you can pick them up for about £200. But obviously it's not like the biggest set in the world, so it's still quite expensive. It's just more how hard it is to come across now. Doesn't really seem to be many for sale. So yeah, that's set number one. And the second set has to be the Marvel Shield Helicarrier from either 2015 or 2016, the massive one with the UCS style plaque. That is just a brilliant set. It's really expensive now. It's, you know, between £400 and £500 to get it new, but one day I'll definitely get it. Absolutely brilliant set. Obviously, I know they released another version of it, what, 2-3 years ago now, but I really didn't like that version because it's not the MCU version. So one day I do really want to get the big Shield Helicarrier and the not mobile crane, the tower crane, because they're just such cool sets, and I'm sure I'll add them to my collection in a not too distant future. And finally, the last question is going to be, how big is my Lego collection? So obviously I've got some here. If you've seen my previous videos, I've got like a table set up, I've got other sets dotted around, I've got quite a lot of sealed sets under my table setup that I still need to build. But I've gone through Brickset to have a big overview of my collection. So in total I own 186 sets, and this makes it out at about 67,000 pieces. So I do have a couple of really big sets. Obviously I've mentioned the Libra already, that's obviously got a lot of parts. Got some modular buildings that use a lot of parts. I also have the Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle, which is what, like 6,000 parts, something like that. I've got like the roller coaster down there that's not built. So yeah, I've got some really big sets that have a lot of parts. I also have a lot of small sets, especially ones that aren't out like here on my table or anything. I've got a big box, it's probably, you know, this big roughly, that's just like full of sets that I've built, like small sets that I just haven't got the room to display at the minute because I need some more shelving. But yes, yeah, so that's my overall collection. So my top theme in my collection is obviously Marvel. I can't remember how many sets I have now. 20 something Marvel sets. So that's the theme where I own the most of. The retail value of my sets is £5,506. But obviously quite a lot of the ones I've got retired, you know, like this and this. I think that's retired now. So obviously stuff like that, the Libra, you know, they're retired, so they're worth a little bit more than that. So I reckon it's probably closer to 7,000 or 7,500. I've also got quite a big wanted list on Brickset. So I haven't updated it for this year for all the 2022 sets. I've done it, I think, at the end of 2021. My wanted list, I've no idea how many sets are on it, but I did have a look, and the retail value of my wanted list is more than £30,000. It's £30,873, which is mind-blowing, isn't it, really? And again, that's the retail value. I know that one of the sets on my wanted list is the Death Star 2 from 2005, 2002, something like that. So really old set, you know, if you know what it is, you know that it's worth way over £1,000. It's obviously, you know, if that isn't including the 30,000, that's probably way closer to like 50,000 something, because I've got all the old modular buildings in there. I have all the MCU sets, and obviously some of them are retired and worth quite a lot of money. I've got sets like the Throne of Ultron, the San Diego Comic Con exclusive, which is a brilliant set, but again, for a set that's box about that big, you know, it's worth a couple £100. So yeah, my retail value of my wanted list is probably, you know, well, it's not too far away from a year's salary at my old job. So after an awful lot of hard working on my business to be able to ever achieve everything on that wanted list, especially with the pace that Lego now bring out sets. But yeah, I'm sure I'll start chipping away at that slowly. But yeah, that's everything for this first episode of Ask Ben. Thank you very much for watching. If anyone has watched this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel now, because big things are coming, not just with this series, but I've got loads of other series coming. So make sure you subscribe, stick around, have a look at my other videos, and thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and make sure you leave any comments, any questions in the comments for next episode.